Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, now it's time for British Wrestling Radio with your hosts, Dean Mitchell, Nixy Newman, and our very own Quebec Iced V, Vendetta. Join us in our chat room at www.britishwrestlingradio.co.uk. Phone in 01223 911 822 and join us right now. Now, there we go. We're back. Thank you very much, mate. Evening. It's Friday. It's 11 o'clock. And once again, it's time for that very little thing that we've come to know and love called British Wrestling Radio. And with us tonight, we have Nixy. Hello, Nixy.
Hi.
Yeah, there she is. And we've also we've got a special guest when I can get hold on, let's see if I can get him. Add to the yep, here we go. We're going to get him. We've got a gentleman by the name of Steve H.D. Evans, who's one of the co-owners of FPW, one of the promotions down in the south of England. And he's doing all right. Are you there, Steve?
I am indeed.
Right, good evening, sir.
Thank you, and good evening to yourselves as well.
Well, there we go. We've got our special guest online. Right. So, if everybody's joining the chat room, we've got quite a few as usual. It's getting bigger every week, this. It really, really is. Right, this, for those who don't know, Steve's got a show next week on the 5th of May, which it has to be my birthday, and it's also the anniversary show of FW?
That is correct. Yeah, it's our first anniversary. The first show that we did was on the although a couple of days due to the leap year, is on the 7th of May last year. And 1 year on, it's happy birthday with candles and cherries on top and everything.
Oh, excellent! So, we've got the anniversary show, if you don't mind me asking.
Okay. So who's who? We have, certainly one of the matches I'm looking forward to is the Bhangra Knights, RJ Singh and Dazzling Daryl Amrah. Taking on Johnny Storm and Jody Fleisch, the Phoenix. So that should be an amazing match. And just announced yesterday, we have a special guest in our six-man tag match, which will feature the Lords of the Ring with Sir Steve Linsky, Tom Chamberlain, Earl Windsor, and Master Joel. Will take on Suicidal Jimmy Havoc, Andy Boy Simmons, and TNA star Mr. Doug Williams will also be appearing in the match.
Andy Boy Simmons, wow, that's a name. I used to love watching him on the old wrestling channel on Sky 427. I thought he was one of the funniest people I've ever seen doing his promos and stuff. Andy Boy Simmons was a legend a few years ago.
More known now for partying with Party Marty in hot tubs somewhere in Portsmouth.
Oh God. Dear me. So, if you don't mind me asking, how did FPW all come about then?
Okay, for those who don't know the FPW story, it came about sort of twofold. Myself, Lee, who I believe is listening online as well, and Matt Burden, got together one evening and had a Chinese meal at a restaurant not far from where I'm sitting in my living room now, and we hadn't seen each other for a long time, and we sat and just had a chat about what we were doing with our lives and everything else, because it had been a while. Matt's an estate agent. Lee, I've never grasped exactly what Lee does. I will be honest with you, and Lee, I do apologise if you're listening, mate. I've never actually grasped it. It's something to do with landscaping or something along those lines. And I dropped the bombshell on the guys that I'd been in training to become a pro wrestler, and Lee sort of looked with a stunned amusement on his face, as did Matt. It was about a month after that I went up to Luton and did a show, and I actually wrestled a young gentleman who now is on the FPW roster, wrestling under the name Terry Striker. he was wrestling at the time under the name Kid Pride, and we had a match up in Luton, and I was fortunate enough to appear on the same card as Johnny Storm and James Mason, and it kind of just lifted from a conversation that I heard them having about promotions in South London and not seeing a great deal of stuff going on in that area. So upon returning, after boring my poor partner to tears for a 2-hour journey home from Luton, called on Lee and Matt and asked them to come over and sort of have a sit-down conversation and were they interested in starting up a wrestling company with me, and it didn't take very much, and the boys were both in, and FPW was born out of that. So you can blame the Singing Buddha in Morden in Surrey, and you can blame Johnny Storm and James Mason.
Well, Lee's just put in the chat room that he's a building supervisor.
There we go. Thank you, Lee. Love you like a boarding brother, my friend.
Oh, super. But it's nice. I mean, since we started this thing, the British scene for me is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger every single week. When I turn on me, I think the thing that I said it to Nixy earlier on today was when I started this, I used to turn on me Facebook, nothing. Now, when I turn it on from like Thursday onwards, I'm just getting notifications and messages and messages and messages, and it's just getting crazy and crazy, and it's just getting bigger and bigger every single week now. My
12-year-old daughter, who I believe may also be listening upstairs, even though she should be fast asleep by now, she also said the same thing. She said, "Dad, why is it everything that I ever get on my feed on Facebook now has to do with wrestling?" I just laughed at her and said, "You know, you're part of that team now, so just roll with it."
So who is a wrestler then?
What was that? Sorry.
Who inspired you to become a wrestler, Steve?
I suppose you know we can all go back to sort of or the large majority of us can go back to the world of sport days, and we can talk about the guys from there. But I think that the inspiration had to come from watching the guys in the States, your Hulk Hogan's, Ultimate Warriors, Randy Savage, Mr. Perfect, Demolition, the Hart Foundation, British Bulldogs, Legion of Doom. I mean, it could go on forever. I could sit here and talk about that inspirational side, but I suppose that I always knew that it was something I wanted to get into, and it was just a case of waiting for the right opportunity and the right time, and that came when I was 21, and I'm 34 now. And going to some training sessions, and funnily enough, at the first training session back then was Johnny Storm, Jody Fleisch, and Doug Williams. So that'll be a crazy scenario. Sort of 13 years later, that we're all standing in the same room again, in completely different circumstances.
Yeah, I was just going to say next week's going to be a massive reunion then, from the sounds of it.
Something like that. I mean, I've been fortunate. I've trained with some really, really good people over the years, and I saw Andy Boy Simmons last week, and we were talking about a training place we used to go to in Portsmouth, and that was quite an amusing conversation. But also, I have the fortunes of training with people like Jimmy Havoc, Ross RJ Singh. I've had training sessions done by him. Tom Chamberlain is a fantastic trainer, and obviously we've actually secured Doug Williams to do a training seminar at the FPW Academy as well, which has just been opened in South London as well, and Doug's going to do a training seminar for us on the same day as the show, as Future Mania. So that's going to be awesome as well.
So I mean, you've got the academy in place and you got everything it's going for you, which it's amazing. Just seeing you guys on Facebook and everything, just like everybody's getting their heads screwed on now with the British scene, and it's going places finally. all we need now is the national TV station, and we're laughing.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this. I mean, you know, there are some really, really good promotions out there, and guys putting on fantastic shows. I mean, IPW tomorrow night at the Troxy have got some fantastic talent on that show. You know, Lucha Britannia, you know, Gary Vanderhorn, Greg Burridge, you know, amazing two characters, and what they're creating at Lucha Britannia is fantastic. And you know, if anybody ever wants to go and see an alternative wrestling show, Bethnal Green in London. I went last Friday with Lee, with my partner, and with Maggie He, who does our photography for us as well, and was outstanding. You know, the show was outstanding, and I was in awe of what the guys were doing, and you know, the gimmicks and the workers who work that show work them fantastically well, and yeah, I mean, it's amazing to see. And also, this is progress as well. Jim Smallman, John Briley, another, you know, amazing show coming up on June 24th, and you know, these guys need to have a mention, because they're all doing fantastic jobs, and this is what is bringing British wrestling back to the forefront of people's minds. And you know, if it's going to be you know, national TV, then fantastic. But the importance is to make sure that we're putting on fantastic live shows for people to go and see, and making people realise that actually we are as good, if not better, than some of the stuff you see in the States at the moment.
I'd put the British scene over the American ones any day of the week.
Yeah, definitely.
I know there's a lot of people. I mean, there's in our chat room that'll agree with me. There's a lot of people I see every week. I mean, the people I've seen at Southside over the last few months, I mean, Chris Travis, Martin Kirby, El Ligero, the other guys that are like Madman Manson, all these other guys that are like really doing it week in, week out. And all we need now, I think, is just like, if we just get the world of sport. I mean, we'll never see that time again when we had 10, 12 million people watching it on a Saturday afternoon. I don't expect that again, because there's too many channels now these days. But I really hope that one day we get back to a certain level, instead of just having like a show. I mean, like ICW on tonight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and,
I believe Jimmy Havoc is actually on that ICW show as well this evening. Right. So for any of you who haven't seen Jimmy Havoc yet, or on Twitter, if you haven't hashtag book Havoc for the Progress show, then get on to Challenge tonight, my TV tonight, sorry, and watch Jimmy in action. Jimmy's a fantastic worker, head trainer at the FPW Academy as well, Jimmy Havoc.
Oh, cool, there you go. He's getting his plugs in all the time now. He's doing the job well done. He's doing it great. So, Nixy, these are down like your neck of the woods, aren't they?
Where are they? South. I know South London. I'm South East.
Whereabouts in South East are you, Nixy?
The lovely county of Essex.
Do they consider that as London? I don't know. Some parts, I suppose. We're near, not far from Croydon. Right. It's about a 5-minute drive on from Croydon. We got some of the lovely lads from Essex coming over to the show. Mr. Burridge and.
Have they done one of the promotions? Cause I know there's one round here. I see posters for it a lot. I can't remember what it's called though. Without having a look, I wouldn't know which promotion that is. I mean, obviously we know who we have in our area, but tend not to go out to the Essex way too much. I fear for my life. Yeah.
Oh,
but I mean, no, it's definitely you know, some of the guys come over from Essex. I mean, we've got people coming up from Portsmouth to watch the show. We've got people coming up from Hastings to watch the show, coming down from Cambridge to watch the show. So, you know, although the demographic is aimed at people within the South London area, I think that regardless of whether you know, where you're from, you know, the shows that we put on, Progress, Lucha Britannia, IPW, it doesn't matter where you're from, really. Sorry to coin a rock phrase there. You know, wherever you're from, come down and watch the shows. Come and watch the fantastic talent that these guys put on, that we put on. You won't be disappointed.
Excellent. It's great. It's honestly, it's like think when I keep going back, I mean, when all this started, I thought, well, is there many promotions out there? And my jaw has dropped now to see how many there is actually out there. It's nice. I mean, everybody at BWR wishes you every success next week. It's an amazing show. I ask this question to every promoter, everybody I get on the show. If you had unlimited resources and everything, what would be your dream match to book for your promotion?
Ooh, Jesus creepers! Now there's a challenging question. Do you know what? That's a real stumping question. I mean, there are so many. You know, me. I'm a big fan of tag team wrestling. You know, I make no bones about the fact that I think the state of tag team wrestling in the US at the moment is laughable. You know, I remember those days when, you know, you had all those tag teams that I mentioned earlier on. You know, the British Bulldogs, Legion of Doom, the Rockers, Heart Foundation, Demolition. You know, and I grew up with those guys. If money was no option and time frame was no option, I would love to see you know, an old school sort of I wouldn't say 8-man tag, but 14 tag. You know, Edge and Christian, the Legion of Doom, the Dudleys, and maybe, you know, the Heart Foundation or the Rockers chucked into the mix as well. That for me would just have. I'd probably cry. I would probably cry. And chuck in some ladders and some tables and chairs as well. Just throw that in the mix as well.
Just for a bit of fun.
This is a little side project, you know.
Off you go from the ladder. Off you go from the chair. WrestleMania 17, I think it was. Was it 17? Yeah. The Edge Christian, Dudleys and Hardys. I watched that the other day in pure disbelief, still from some of the spots in that particular match. It was definitely one of my favourites.
My favourite WrestleMania, that one.
Yeah,
no, it's very well.
A lot of people's favourite WrestleMania. So, you know, I think that there was that much going on, and maybe people need to take a look back at shows like that and think, actually, this is what we should be doing.
Yeah, I think
it's what they should be doing now.
I think the era. So when you see people like Airboom holding what they call the tag team belts, do you cringe or think, how can you say Heart Foundation, Bulldogs, ... Airboom?
Yeah, it does make you cringe. You know, we've got two of the best, in my mind, tag teams in the British scene on the FPW roster at the moment, as probably most companies have in the Bangor Knights and the Leaders of the New School. You know, them guys to me, you know, should be getting a push over in the States, because you know, if you want to see tag team wrestling, then watch those guys. They had an awesome match. You know, we're quite fortunate for the next show. We're sort of reuniting Johnny and Jody, who again, you know, had some fantastic tag team matches. You know, over the years with you know, people like AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels and people like that. And you look back and you think to yourself, this is how it is. And you know, even you know, you look at TNA and Beer Money have gone. You know, the Motor City Machine Guns are there, and they're flying the flag. And you know, God bless Magnus and Samoa Joe, but who else have they got to work?
Exactly. It's getting a bit. I really hope one day they decide to put tag team wrestling back where they should be. It deserves it.
Yeah, definitely. Couldn't agree more.
No, definitely. But anyway, Steve, if there's anybody in this chat room that's got any questions they want to ask Steve, please ask them now if you've got any. I've got something from Matt that I've got. It's something to do with karaoke.
Yeah.
I've heard you do a wicked version of Mustang Sally, I've heard.
Yeah. But if Burden is listening in, just remember, Matthew, I still have my crutches with me. Thank you. And I will be seeing you next week, so maybe I'll use them.
He's been messaging me for the best part of 24 hours saying you've got to say this and you've got to say this to him. You've really got to do this.
Yeah, obviously the guy we sort of went for a Chinese meal to sort of reminisce and sort of seeing what we talked about and what we were doing. And myself, Matt, Lee, Sasha. Wolfenstein, who's fantastic guy as well, turned up. John Caress, or Dog, as Lee refers to him, and my partner went to the Chinese, and we all decided that we'd get up and sing. Even Lee, who I've got to say shocked me, surprised me. I'd never thought I'd heard him sing in a million years. But now he's the anarchist and the antichrist, as he calls himself, doing a bit of a Pistols number. Sorry, Lee, to tell everybody on the radio that you did that. If you want to see it, he is on YouTube.
Right. You got sent the link to your performance on YouTube.
I thought you might have done that as well.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, there we go. If anybody does want to check him out, I think Matt's YouTube account is Lando Hairspray, from what I can remember. So if you are bored and up late and really want to listen to some people killing some quite good songs, that's definitely the place to hear him. Right.
Well, okay, we'll do that for you, Shay. And once again, if you want to give your full details about Sunday's next week's extravaganza, mate, for you, or wherever it is and everything like that.
Superb. Yeah. For information on future pro wrestling, Future Mania, which is Saturday the 5th of May. Doors open at 7 p.m. Show kicks off at 7:30. For ticket information, you can visit www.futureprowrestling.com or look us up on Facebook, Future Pro Wrestling, or follow us on Twitter at FPWUK. Come and have a watch. Come and watch some good old British wrestling.
Yeah, thank you very much for taking the time to visit us. It's been an absolute pleasure, and thank you for getting us likes on our page yesterday and the day before.
Yeah,
thank you very much. No problem.
It's my pleasure that the people from FPW who love us for what we do can share the love.
Right. Much for your time, Steve. It's been an absolute pleasure. I don't know what to say. Thank you very much for this. Wish you every success in the next week. And if there's any time you want to come back on, you're more than welcome. The door's always open.
Fantastic, lovely stuff. Dean, thank you very much. Nixy, see you later. And try and get down to the show. You won't be disappointed.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Nixy. Bye-bye, mate. Bye-bye.
See you now.
And that is Steve, and in that nice guy, really cool guy. What do you think, Nixie? Do you think you're going to go?
Definitely very nice person, yeah.
Right. Anyway, get on to
and I have found that YouTube channel, by the way.
Oh dear.
I have found it. I found Mustang Sally. I've got it. There's loads. It's going to make for a good bit of fun later on. Although some of my friends are up on YouTube doing Guitar Hero and the rock band. That's it. So I know the feeling.
Right, now next thing, what we always know at British Wrestling Radio for is the plugs for shows. So, if you are ready, here we go. We have, over the next few weeks, on April 28th, the NCWA have April Anarchy at the Sheffield Library in Sheffield. Tickets, I think, they're £7 and £5, and on the door it's £7.50. Go along. I mean, Andrew Hogg, who called in last week, he's on again. He's wrestling, and all the bits and bobs of locals and so forth. Also, deep breath this one, Scottish Wrestling Entertainment brings its unique brand of entertainment to Coupar for the first time in a year. The company owned by the WWE Hall of Famer, the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, comes to Coupar for a night of action-packed wrestling and entertainment for all the family to enjoy. Tickets are on the door. £8 adult, kids £8, adults £10. Come along and see the SWE stars like Braveheart, Mr. News, Chaz Phoenix, Claymore, Kevin Williams, Damien, Johnny Lyons, and the tag team, The Syndicate and Project Revolution. Okay, that is at the Elmswood College in Coupar in Scotland. So if you're anywhere in the Scottish area, please give them a go. And that is When's that? I forgot when that is. Can you help me out? Sorry, I forgot. I forgot it out. I forgot where I put it. Thick shit as usual. I think that's May 6th. Is it? I'm not really sure, but I think 28th of April. So it's tomorrow. Sorry, thank you, SWE Online, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Tomorrow. Also, we have Wild Wrestling Promotions are pleased to announce their return to the Ivy League Social Club in Coventry on Sunday the 29th of April. Tickets are priced at £7 and £5 concessions. OAPs, under 16s and stuff. They're available from the Ivy League Social Club on 0121 743 3549. Details are coming up, and this event is held in conjunction with the NCWA, as our friends up there and everything. Also, GBW, Great British Wrestling, presents When Worlds Collide 2012 live from Featherstone Working Men's Club in Pontefract. Tickets £3 each. You can reserve your seat by emailing gbwwrestling@hotmail.co.uk. Also, doors open 3:30 PM. Show starts at 4. They are pleased to announce, after the Death or Glory on the February that took place, they have got working back with a huge success. They're now coming back featuring. The card is as follows: LA Austin versus Ken Zen, Bubba the Butcher Morris versus Denim, Ryan Lord versus Caleb Crow, is that it? Dr. Love versus Valo, Skull Crusher versus Binman, the Yobs, Majahara versus the Outbackers and Disco Wes, and the main event is for the GBW heavyweight title is a 3-way match between Louis O'Brien, Louis Ripper Paradise, and Tiger McGuigan. Go along and have a great time, and there we go. Brendy's just put up the PWU May 6 Proving Grounds in the Malone Rugby Club in Belfast, £5 on the door. There you go. Also, we're getting towards the end of May. We've got Future Shock Wrestling on the 27th of May at Stockport's Masonic Guild Hall. Full matches available soon. General price is £10. For entry price, £10 adults and National Union students. Kids and kids are £6 each. Premier British Wrestling have the Breaking Limit 7 on the 5th of May at the Viking Arts Centre in Largs. £15 front row, 12 general and 10 if you're a kid. Alternative Wrestling World Collision Course on Sunday, May the 13th at the Hadley Stadium Leisure Centre, Smethwick, Birmingham. Doors open 6 PM and the show starts at 6:30. Tickets £8 each, available from the Leisure Centre, online from Skiddle or Ticketweb. Come and see British Wrestling back at the Hadley Stadium Leisure Centre in Smethwick, Birmingham. Scheduled to appear is the AWW British Champion Carnage, T-Bone, the Hunter Brothers, Brandon Thomas, and Wonder Kid Johnny Storm and Joey Starr. And on the 27th of May in St. Neots, and if fingers crossed and everything goes, then I'm going, is the Southside Wrestling back in St. Neots, and with they've got a stack card. T-Bone is taking on Rampage Brown for the SWE heavyweight title. They've also got ex-WWE Tag Team Champion Rennie Dupree. He's also on the card. So I'm also going to that. And they've also, I think it's got plans to have a Money in the Bank style match with the briefcase above the ring. So I'm going to go. I'm going to go and see this. I've got to support local wrestling. So, and then on 24th of June, got Progress Wrestling, and but we're getting towards the end of June with that. So, and WrestleEdge have just put in Pro Wrestling Ride is live in Devon on the 13th of May. I'll get the more details of that next week's show. Oh, please talk, Nixy. My God. Oh, dear me.
Have a drink.
Oh, you're joking. Right, how you been, sweet? All right.
Yeah, we know I've had sort of a funny week, but yeah, other than that.
Oh, dear. And we'll see if we can get our resident heel Quebec Ice V in here soon.
Should be about.
Oh, he should be. He better be. I don't know what I'd be without him. I'd be a mess, I think. But there we go. Oh, no, he's not. But he's not online yet. But he will be soon. Love him to bits. He does all the things. for those people that laugh at the pictures and everything, without Vendetta, this show wouldn't be on. Okay? He does so much of the stuff that he doesn't get credit for. And at BWR, I want to give this guy as much credit as it is, because without him, we're nothing. And I love him as much as my heart, and I love it. And he's the only young gentleman I know that's under the age of 20 that's got a Jaguar XJS. And he's an absolute legend, and I love him to bits. And he gets some stick at the other station we listen to, but he doesn't get stick here, because without him, I'd be nothing, and we wouldn't even be on the air. And that's why I love him to bits. Alright? So, there he is. I'll make him feel special. I always make him feel special, because he deserves it. Right, now, announcements. We've got some nice little announcements for everybody in the chat room and listening to Justin. We've got 20 people in Justin tonight. Gee, God, we're getting as numbers are growing every single week now. We will be number one. We will be number one. I promise you, one day we will be number one. Right. Next week we have a special guest coming on the show. For those who don't know, these gentlemen are very, very nice. The banner that you see on the picture at this moment that says BWR, British Wrestling Radio, and with the Bulldog and everything, these guys are coming on next week. The Wrestling Heads. Wrestle Heads are coming on next Friday night. We've got Wrestle Heads on a show. And so we've got that going on. And, oh God, what's up in my mouth? Oh dear. Oh, excuse me a minute.
Oh God. Oh. It's not coming out of one, it's coming out of the other.
Oh God, I've had Vimto. It's doing me head. Oh dear. Never had Vimto when you drink. Oh dear, Vimto and Pepsi makes me burp like nothing. Oh God, I've got to.
Why have you had it before we've come on air then? What's that weird?
I didn't need a drink, did I? I didn't need a drink before. I've just been doing all them bloody shows, have I? It used to take 5 seconds to do the shows. Ask Seamus. He knows how long the show used to take. Ah, shut up. Oh, that's better. Now better. Now we're getting there. I ain't got bodily noises again. Shush. Oh.
At least it's this end and not the other end.
Now, Wrestleheads are coming on next week. We're gonna chat about the thing. May 11th. At the moment, there's nobody planned, but that might change because this week, and nobody knows this except me. I sent an email off to a gentleman, and I thought, if I get it back, if I get a reply back, I'll be happy with that. But he's agreed to come on the show, and I am really looking forward to this because I know it's going to be a show to go crazy for. We've managed to get in contact with Madman Manson from Southside Wrestling, and one of the top guys from Ireland, and who's wrestled. I think he's wrestled Sheamus, Wade Barrett, and Drew McIntyre in his career, and he's wrestled most of the guys that's gone across the WWE. This guy is hilarious. He's an absolute legend of British wrestling, and he's agreeing to come on our show. And for me, I can't wait to get Madman Manson on this show. So when we do, please promote it best you can. Get as many people as we can in here. The phone line is staying. I'm going to pay for the phone line myself next week. That's going to be staying for another few months at least. The only problem we've got at the moment is we might be the website. So if you've got a pound spare or anything, just donate it, please. It's £6 a month to keep this website going, and we're short by about £3 at the moment. So if you've just got a pound, a 50p, whatever it is, please donate to us. It will go back into the station. It will. We're going to see if we can get the chat room moved from the little box that you see there to down below to get rid of that game and having a big massive chat room so everybody can see it, and so forth. So them's the plans. Then May 18th, this is the big one. This is going to involve Daniel aka Vendetta aka Quebec Ice V, whichever persona he wants to be that night. This involves Rob Maltman, who's been plugging us away on his radio shows wherever he goes. Rob Maltman does radio shows all the way around Britain, promoting British wrestling. He's an absolute legend. He's coming on. We've also got the 30-minute pipe bomb coming back. Not invading. They're coming back on the show. And Wrestleheads have agreed to do it as well. So we've got the BWR crew, me, Daniel, Nixy, you've got the 30-minute pipe bomb, you've got Rob Maltman, and you've got Wrestleheads as well. We're all doing this. On that day, there's going to be no talk about a WWE pay-per-view. There's going to be no talk about TNA or anything like that. That show is going to be purely about the British Bulldog, because on May 18th, it will be 10 years to the day since we lost the legend of British wrestling. And that night is going to be a lot of emotions for me, because he's the reason I watch wrestling. And this is going to be a big, big night for me. I can't wait. I'm planning it. We're going to cover everything. If you've got any questions, go to our forum and sign up for our forum. It's there on the left-hand side of the page. Sign up. There's a block in there that says May 18th, British Bulldog. Put you in your favourite matches. Put in your favourite memories of the Bulldog. If they're good memories, great. If they're bad memories, fine. Just put them in. Then we can mention them on the show. It's going to be one of the best shows of all time. I've been promoting this everywhere. This night has to be the biggest night for British Wrestling Radio. Bigger than anything we've ever done before. Because all the guys that's going to be involved in this are fans. And thing. But I'm going to start. Nixy, have you got any memories of the Bulldog?
Not very many, because obviously I was quite a lot. I was sort of like 2000, 2001, but I do remember some bits. I'm sure he was on when I used to sit down, believe it or not, and watch it with my nan when I were about 6 in sort of like the mid-90s. I'm sure I've seen him once or twice on there. We used to sit down in front of it when I was little. Yeah. But probably not as many as you have.
No, my memories are millions. Yeah. He actually shook my hand in 1992.
Oh, I was 2.
I was 23. And I just remember...
I am still calling him old again.
It was 23. It was 1992. It was Sheffield Arena. He came out and wrestled. And when he did his pose, when he pulled out his Union Jack banner on, it was tied to his arms, I shouted at the top of my voice, and if this offends anybody in the chat room, I'm sorry, but this is really funny, and I went, fucking hell, look at the size of that guy! And every single person in front of me turned round and went, yeah, you're right. And it was one of them days where he just came round, and he just saw me, and I just went, Bulldog, you're a legend. And when he grabbed hold of my hand and he shook my hand and I let go and he didn't. And to me, that guy was an absolute thing. I remember watching him when he was 15 years old on World of Sport, and he was a scrawny little kid. And to see him grow up all through the years, I saw him have a wicked match on World of Sport with Fit Finlay when they were teenagers. Yeah. Vendetta, I'd love you forever, mate, if you did that. Young David, his name. But May 18th, that's what we're on about. British Wrestling Radio wants you guys to give us your memories, your things, anything you've got. I'm filling up here because I love the guy. I cried my eyes out for about a week 10 years ago. That's all I can say. I was in Wales when it happened, and somebody just said to me, Dino, you're a wrestling fan, aren't you? And I went, yeah, and why? He says, have you heard who's died? And I says, no, who's that? And they went, no, British Bulldog. And I went, bump, and I hit the ground faster than anything. And they just went, but he's just a wrestler. And I went, no, without this guy, British wrestling is nothing. And I've noticed different things, but to me, how this guy's not in, because on May 18th we're going to cover everything. We're going to do everything that night, and I can't wait for it. I really can't. I'm going to do it with my friends, and that's what I want. I want it with Vendetta, I want it with Nixy, I want it with Pipe Bomb, I want it with Wrestleheads, and I want it with Rob. I want it with everybody. Everybody that's helped British Wrestling Radio get where we are. And if people want to ring in, that's great. If you want to ring in now, please do. Ring us 01223 911 822. Ring us with your memories of him, like that. Just get the ball rolling. See if we can drum up some things about him. If you just want to ring and talk to us about anything to do with British wrestling, anything you've done it, do it. It'll be an amazing, because and I think I've watched that video against Finlay about 100 million times, and I still think it's one of the best wrestling matches ever. I had a good question this week, and this is one for Nixy. Oh no, I'm going to ask this question when Vendetta's in, because I think this will be a good question for him as well. So I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave that till later on. Right, let's go back to the thing. Right, big news of the week. First of all, Rey Mysterio.
Naughty, naughty.
Oh dear. What do you reckon?
I want to know what he's going to come up with this time. Because I remember last time he turned around and said he actually insulted them and they got really upset about it. He spoke about it on some kind of show and was making some excuse like it was medicine, and he got away with it and then come back and won a title because they felt bad, I think. I want to know what he's going to say about it next. Looking forward to that. What's the excuse?
Well, I'm saying it now, and I think Kirsch said it in the chat room. Bye-bye, Ray. The releases are either today or this weekend, if rumours are to believe, and I think Rey Mysterio's on his way. I think that's it. Rey Mysterio, thank you very much for what he's done, and hello and everything. And right, let's get him in here. I'm going to get our resident person in here. Right, hold on, let's get him in. Hold on, right, how do I get rid of this?
I think if Ray did go, though, I mean, he brings in money and he brings in the kids, but maybe they're trying to move away from that, I think, at the minute.
Yeah.
There's a tiny glimmer of hope in me, like what we've been seeing recently. It's growing up a bit again. And they seem to be moving away from this immaturity that they've been doing for the last couple of years. So maybe if Ray went, that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing, but he does bring in money and kids. So I wouldn't be surprised if I did see him go, but I would.
Yeah. Quebec Ice V, are you there, mate? No? Oh. Damn. I thought he was there. I think Ray, everybody's going, oh, Ray should go to TNA. Ray would be good in TNA and stuff. But if Ray's the problem with Ray for me is he only has to walk through a curtain, walk 5 yards, and he's injured now. And I know everybody says that the schedule is a lot simpler and the schedule is a lot easier and everything in TNA. He's still got to wrestle in that ring, and he's still got to throw his body around, and he's still got to do a 619, and he's still got to do everything about it. And I think that Ray will just go back to Mexico, and he's an absolute hero in Mexico. And I think every promotion in Mexico will bend over backwards to get him, and I think that's the way it'll go. And I really hope he's okay, but I can't see Rey Mysterio in WWE much longer. I really can't. I think that's it.
No. What more can he do, though? What more can he possibly do? What haven't we seen? You know, we've seen him go against Kane and get squashed. We've seen him go against this person and get squashed and come back. He can't do much more that we haven't seen, and it is getting boring from that perspective.
Yeah. I just think that you're exactly right. You can't expect him to do much more about what's happening, and to be suspended again before you've even got a chance to come back, there is more to this than meets the eye. And well, Rey Mysterio, thanks very much. Wrestler came up with a good one. If nobody saw it, Kevin Nash's Twitter page, he's done a little rant about not wanting to be the Hall of Fame. He's not really bothered. Do we believe him? Yes or no? Do you think Kevin?
I haven't seen that.
He just said something. Somebody asked him about when are we going to see you in the Hall of Fame, and he turned around and he said he's not really bothered if he's in it or not. If he dies, his wife's under instructions not to accept the invitation no matter what. So I think that I just think that it's bad as it is. Mr. Vendetta, welcome. Oh, he's not there. There you go.
No, it's still not.
Oh, he'll be there. He'll be back in a minute. I just saw him join. That was all. Sorry, guys. But no, I think Kevin Nash in the Hall of Fame, he has to go in because of what he did in the 90s. I think he'll only go in if Scott Hall gets inducted. I think they'll put Hall and Nash in together. That's the thing I don't... but if he doesn't want to go in, he doesn't want to go in. I can think of a lot of better names that deserve to go in. If anybody saw it on YouTube this week, WWE plugging old Rick Rude. Doing Rick Rude videos. So that was a bit crazy. All we saw on YouTube was all the Rick Rude videos, including the famous when he was on Raw and Nitro in the same night. The only wrestler ever. And I think that's to do with. I think Pipe Bomb said it last week. About his history of himself.
Why are we repeat?
I saw it. It's Vendetta. Good evening.
Bye.
You okay, mate?
Yes, I am, Leslie. One second.
No, Rick. Back. Aye. Okay.
Okay. We can house.
How you doing, mate? Alright.
Good.
My head.
Good stuff. Right. Question I've got to ask you, because if anybody knows about this guy and gentleman, it's you. Who would win in a dream match? I got asked this question on Facebook, and I need you two, because I think you two have got the wrestlers in heart, both of you. Who would win in a dream match between CM Punk and Chris Benoit?
Oh.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, how can you answer that? Oh.
I've waited for this because I got asked this, and I said, and the gentleman that asked it was, and I was like, I've got to ask these two tonight. I've got to ask these two. So who would win in a dream match between Benoit and CM Punk? And I said to the gentleman, what about this then? I said it would have to be CM Punk from Ring of Honor versus Chris Benoit from 2004.
When he was his best.
What do you think?
Benoit.
Benoit?
Yeah.
I said CM Punk would win by a pull of the tights on Benoit after a 60-minute Iron Man match. It's one of them who's like, oh, hello, this is really I had to wait to get you guy in here to do this, mate. Sorry to put it straight on me when you've just joined us again, but
Oh.
Benoit to win, yeah?
I'm leaning towards Benoit purely because I think as much as I'm biased completely to the fact that I do love Punk, he is a better technical wrestler slightly than Punk, I think. Probably better. So I think in that sense, it depends if it is a fair match or not, or if which one's a heel and which one might tickle it, so to speak. Oh, I'm leaning towards Benoit. I would have to go to Benoit.
Your reasons, Daniel? It's a good match, isn't it?
Yes, but
If only.
really the dream match will be Benoit, Punk, and Daniel.
Oh, don't do that. No, you can't put a triple threat match on us. You can't do that. That's even worse. Benoit, Bryan, and Punk.
Or Punk, Benoit, Bryan, and Guerrero.
No.
No, too much.
Too much. That's too much for the brain to even go at.
That is, yeah. But that would be like,
Chat room. I know this is going to go crazy. I'm going to ask the chat room on this one. Who in your eyes would win? CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan versus Chris Benoit in a three-way match for WrestleMania. Who would win? Actions. Malenko. Dean Malenko, yeah. Oh, Punk. We've got one vote. We've got one vote for Punk.
2.
Vote 1-1.
Bryan.
Benoit.
You said that twice, show. Come on.
Yes, it's going to be hard. I mean, that would be really be the best moment of all time. Right. I had to ask you that. I had to ask you two that because I think I can't do that on my own. Right.
It's hard to
this
call.
out. We'll get this little section out of the way. Before we go any further, 30-minute pipe bomb, guys. Best wishes to you guys. I know you couldn't do your show this week due to issues, but our thoughts and prayers and everything goes to the pipe bomb guys from everybody here. And hope you get well. And everyone will see you soon in about 3 weeks, I think it is. But yeah, like we said, that's another topic we want. I mean, if you want to ring up and say about anything you want to talk about, 01223-911-822. Give us a ring, give us your thoughts and everything at the moment. Daniel, what's your thoughts on Rey, mate? On Rey Mysterio's situation?
6-win night.
6, bye-bye. Yeah, bye-bye. 619, bye-bye. Do you think
Oh.
go TNA?
Booyaka 69.
69. Oh, God. I trust you. You always make me laugh. You always make me smile. It's funny. I don't know what to do without you. I really don't. It's funny as anything. We because you're gonna be. When's the our early TNA start for you guys? Is it gonna be? Is it next week?
I was still not watching live.
Oh no, the Spike TV are putting on TNA an hour earlier from now.
I know.
It is.
I was still not watching live.
All right.
I always watch on Saturday.
Right. Okay. So you Saturday over your case, right? It's just that Andy Roberts sent me a message saying Spike TV are putting on an hour early in America to do this. Now I've got a little thing on this, and I think you think this is the start of TNA going a little bit PG because now
No.
it's earlier on in the day.
It's because of the playoff.
The playoffs.
NBA NHL.
Oh right, I didn't know that. See, I don't know if it's sport. I mean, you've got the heads up on the sport over there, mate. I've got nothing. I just got the draft yesterday, and so the Steelers have got.
And you only have the golf with the horse.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But
It says that move's only happening from May 31st.
oh right. So they've got a few more weeks to get rid of.
Yeah.
Did you haven't seen it yet then? You haven't seen the new TNA one fight night then? Open fight night.
I'd read about it.
Yeah. Have you
I
seen?
know the wrestler? I won't spoil it, but I know it's from Quebec.
Oh right. So we've got a Quebec wrestler on it, have we?
Yes, the wrestler who open challenge.
Right. To watch this. Yeah. Well, if he's from Quebec, I bet he's got to have been in the dungeon at some point in his career. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. He's got to have been down there at some point. You were saying to the week about the group that did the Chris Benoit theme have retired his song.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, what's the idea behind that, Daniel? They just decided
It's just a freaking good song, and just because of him and
have WWE put the pressure on him? I've put the pressure on them to not play it.
yes, I think yeah.
So, does this mean if Undertaker dies suddenly that we're not going to hear Metallica songs?
No.
Or Johnny Cash.
Because Undertaker is the number one legend.
Yeah. Right.
They said they felt they couldn't do it anymore. I remember I read that actually.
We
They
have a
said they
breaking.
couldn't do it anymore.
Undertaker is a pedophile. WWE will never care.
Yeah. Yeah, good point. Good point. Okay. I forgot what I was going to say now.
By the way, what the fuck that during the Zack Ryder Z2 anniversary, we have a freaking Extreme Rules promo.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the Zack Ryder for ages, mate. I haven't seen it for ages. I got a new phone and I'm trying to work it at the moment. That's the best I can describe it. I've got somebody call my mama as my ringtone. That's it. If anybody rings my house now, all they hear is somebody call my mama, and my wife, she's going up the change. If anybody's got an Android phone, there's stacks of apps that you can have for wrestle themes. There's about 5 or 6 pages. It's great. It's got full things. It's got Sin Cara, Brodus Clay. Just have somebody call my mama, but I say Ernest the Cat Miller because I remember Ernest the Cat Miller. Yeah, because he was the original somebody call my mama. It's just wait. It's right. Extreme Rules. Should we chat about that then, ladies and gents?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, right. First one we have on Extreme Rules.
Then PG rule.
Oh, gee, yeah. Oh, before we get to the pay-per-view, sorry. I think I asked you this. What's the best match you ever saw at Extreme Rules? In an Extreme Rules match, could have been.
TNA.
It could have been at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, or it could have been at the One Night Stand, and it could have been anything like. Don't worry, Seamus. We're gonna get to that. Don't worry, Neil. We'll cover all this as well. We'll get there.
On TNA pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, pay-per-view. Oh yeah, sorry, mate. Oh,
Yeah.
You know.
A match. I don't know. I think it was Abyss versus Mick Foley.
Edge versus Mick Foley.
Abyss.
Abyss.
Yes, versus Mick. I was too young.
All right. Somebody's put Edge Foley versus Funk and Dreamer, which was good. Show off Edge Foley from WrestleMania 22.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It was amazing to watch.
It was.
Well, you with Edge, come on. Name me an Edge match. Did you make out this week when he appeared on Raw this week?
Yes, absolutely. I thought, yes.
What did you think? I didn't expect Edge to come out. What did you think, Daniel? Did you think Edge was going to come out? Oh, that was unexpected. But
bearing in mind that was the night before as well, and I was already depressed, and then he come out and I had a big smile on my face after that. I was like, yes, you've made this night bearable. So yeah, I was definitely happy.
Oh.
I was thinking about the Rock, but not Edge.
No, I thought to be honest, truth, I didn't have a clue. But Raw was its usual thing this week, build up to it. I think we saw. I never thought I'd say this now, but I'm really hope the CM Punk with the word doing the alphabet backwards was cool, and with Jericho. But please, can we stop it after Extreme Rules? I know about. I think CM Punk Jericho is going to be an amazing one again on Sunday, but more about that later. Sad news we had this week, guys, about Buff Bagwell. If you two know who Buff Bagwell is,
Heard of him? Know what he's about?
No,
no prison. Sorry.
It's okay. Buff Bagwell. Buff was one of the members of the NWO and WCW in the late 90s, and supposed to have come over to WWF in the Invasion, but wasn't used a lot. So, and Buff Bagwell was also
once or twice. I'm sure it was.
I don't know, but it's very rare. I think the last time I saw Buff on a big TV screen was he was with Lex Luger in the middle of a TNA ring just before Bound for Glory, and that was the last time I saw him. He was known for Buff, and he got the stuff, and he did have the mic skills and everything. It's just that his ring skills for me didn't match up to his mic skills. But we wish him a speedy recovery. Hope he gets well. Neck broken, and he's in a hospital bed, and we hope we get a speedy recovery, Buff. And we wish him every speedy recovery. But anyway, TNA lockdown. I know this because of the weeks I wasn't on and everything. we watched it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Trying to remember
Right.
it.
Yeah, this is what I've got as well. The first match, the lockdown match.
Lethal lockdown.
Better than better one than the last few years. Average.
Which match?
It was better than last year's. It was better. Anything was better than last year's lockdown match.
Let's have a look.
Lockdown last year had Hogan and Flair. And
Oh no.
they had the Hogan and Flair in the middle of it, and they did that.
Yeah. Okay, the
Oh yeah, lockdown last year. God, I remember that now.
Right, Daniel, your bit. Go on, mate. Did you see the lockdown match?
The little lockdown?
The Garrick Bischoff one.
Yes.
I love Scott Steiner's rants about this guy because he's saying to me he's wanting to get a chant going or something. 609, I think it is, on Twitter, and he wants to get him out when he comes out because this guy came out and no reaction.
Garrett, yeah.
And Garrick and Ed Bischoff. So it was a good match. It had its moments, but to finish with Bischoff took one hell of a hit on the guitar on the head. That was going to be one of the best hits he's had on the guitar since Jeff Jarrett used to do it well. That was a peach of a smack, and he sold it so well.
I wish I could do that to him. I'm sorry. Anyone who doesn't know, I really hate Eric Bischoff with a passion. Seriously hate the man. Oh, I'd love to have that guitar and do it.
You said that so well then. Did you notice that, Dan? She said that so well then.
What did I do?
Oh, she said you could do that so well. Oh, so well. But, no, I mean, I think the lockdown itself, overall the pay-per-view, we had the lockdown match, Angle versus Hardy, match of the night, by a mile.
Oh, swanton off the top of the cage. Never gonna forget that moment.
The thing, I mean, with me, it's just a case of like, Angle's tore his hamstring. He's working with a torn hamstring here.
Yeah.
And the things he did was just great. I mean, Daniel, did you think that? Is he there?
He's there.
Oh.
Yes, I am.
Oh yeah. What did you reckon to the Angle Hardy match? Was the best night of the match?
Yes, definitely.
Best night of the match?
Best match of the night. All right. I think Angle and Hardy. They said. I think Kurt Angle said it on Twitter. He was gonna they're gonna try and outdo Triple H and Undertaker. Not quite, because the crowd at Lockdown was dead.
For the con of Kyodon, he was dead. But for the match, without the crowd, both match without the crowd, Kurt Angle and Jeff Hardy is way better.
Yeah, you agree. It's you need to be in and that's in the home of TNA itself. That was Nashville, right? That's where TNA was born, wasn't it?
Yes.
And the crowd, they could only do that size crowd and everything. Oh, something's wrong. What was the other matches on Lockdown now? I forgot. Oh, we had the Divas match. Oh, sorry, the Knockout.
Yeah, with OD, with Eric Young. With Eric Young.
No,
I don't remember that very much. I'm still kind of a bit phased with the ODB and Eric Young thing anyway. Not quite.
I was on about the Knockouts title match.
Oh, when was that? Sorry. Oh, yeah. See, I'm thinking of the other one. I've forgotten about that.
Yeah. All right, chill bit. All right, Daniel. It's like being in this. It's like doing a tennis match. This Daniel, Nixy, Daniel, Nixy. This is wicked.
I didn't have a freaking pussy.
Behave.
Hey, nobody tells Vendetta to behave. He's his own person. He's the best. Right. No, he's cool. No,
actually, that's
Sky and Gail Kim. I just think That whole pay-per-view, it was set up for title changes, wasn't it? And then you just didn't see any title changes at all. For me.
There wasn't very... Was there anything that changed hands, actually?
Every pay-per-view you should have a...
No, there wasn't.
Every pay-per-view should have a title change.
Yeah.
They should.
I agree with that. No, don't call him fella, Nixy. Don't call him fella. No.
No.
Started.
I'm not Seamus, I'm not to do that.
No, I know that. I've learned that from experience.
I won't do it.
By the way, you call me fella.
Don't call him fella. I did that. I remember doing it twice, and it was like, oh, what have I done? And that was the worst thing I've done in about 6 months. Anyway, back to this thing. We just had these. I mean, Daniel said it. I mean, you said it best there. There should be at least one title change pay-per-view. The only thing I don't agree with now is if they take the X Division title now off Austin Aries because he's a face, I'll be very, very pissed off. And they just give it to somebody like Xeon Iron.
Zema Ion.
Or somebody else. Or
Get that man's gimmick.
Or a John Morrison debut on his first match and he gets the X Division title.
Typical TNE story. Plan.
This one fight network, this one fight night that they're bringing out in the next few weeks. Now we know John Morrison's not signed to anybody. Do you really think he's going to show up?
That's what I was going to say. Do they really need him?
Yeah.
Why do they need him? It's going to be another WWE body. They're just basically picking up and going, oh, look what we've got. But
and Daniel knows TNA better than anyone.
Because
does TNA need John Morrison?
Yes, because TNA will do what WWE will never do, given a freaking war title.
Yeah. John Morrison is young. John Morrison is at that age now where you saw him in the Elimination Chamber and you saw him do all the matches. And I think put Morrison against Aries, Daniels, AJ, or even Kazarian or Samoa Joe, you've got matches there for a year for him. You've got, my God, this is a first in British Wrestling Radio history. Sheamus has agreed with what Daniels just said.
Da, 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 da.
Oh my God. Wow, this is a first.
Should we just take a screen cap of this moment?
I'm taking a photograph of this, actually. A photograph of this, and it's going on Facebook. No.
But, screen button.
But no, I mean, overall, I think TNA Lockdown. James Storm versus Robert Roode. No one, and I mean no one, saw that finish coming.
Yeah.
No one expected that. No one expected James Storm to kick him through, and boom, that was it. And then the worst crime ever is Bobby Roode now looking like ravishing Rick Rude with his hair. his hairdo, he's turning into Rick Rude every single week now. He's slowly turning into it. If he comes out and says, what I would like to have right now,
then now I really need to play a Legend of WrestleMania.
I think you will. I think you will, mate. I think you will. Really good. Oh yeah, by the way, I have an iPhone 4 for sale. If anybody's interested, iPhone 4. Anyway, we'll do TNA, and it's getting set up to do Sacrifice. I haven't watched TNA since Lockdown, to tell you the truth. I've got it on my Sky Plus. I haven't lost it, but I'm gonna get there eventually. I will. I've got to catch up with everything. I watched ICW the other night, and what about this for an entrance? A tag team came into the ring, and this is for you, Daniel, and I think it was hilarious. If anyone in the chat room watched it as well, and I think it's on tonight. Coming from their mom's back passage. Yeah. This tag team came out and said, coming hailing from your Mars back passage, I literally wept in laughter because I thought, no way. My wife was watching it with me, and she just looked at me and said, "What the hell have they just said?" And I went, "I'm rewinding this because I've got to hear this again." And it was just these guys came out and they called and they were, and the referee, and I'm not going to do a Scottish accent because that'll be I'm never going to do that. And he just said, "Coming hailing from your Mars back passage," and I'm like, "What?" That tops Chris Travis's one, because he comes from the centre of his own interest. And I thought that was brilliant. Even Chris Travis has said, hailing from the centre of his own interest. And then you get these guys in Scotland hailing from your Mars back passage. I don't care what anyone says. Insane Championship Wrestling, it's got to be seen to be believed. It really has. Channel 219, my channel, Sky. Watch it, it's 1 o'clock. It's on about 45 minutes.
That's what I was going to look at. That was going to be my question, actually. What channel was that on? Because I wanted to watch it. So I'll put that down.
And,
I better have it. I'll tell you that now. Better have it.
I watched the women's match on there, and it was the most hardcore wrestling match I've seen in years. It was mental.
Yeah.
They went around behind the bar and did everything. It's crazy. But anyway, sorry, Seamus, mate. I've really got to catch up, mate. I'm doing my best. It's at the moment, there's just not enough hours in the day. With TNA at the moment with me, it really, really is. It's just doing it. The channel's called My Channel. And now, dear, what am I doing here?
Your channel.
I hope I've got it. I'll be sad if I haven't.
Oh,
Intrigues me now.
So, I think, right, we'll go straight to Extreme Rules. Right. The pre-show Extreme Rules, they've got a pre-show on YouTube, which is at half an hour before the pay-per-view starts. Yep. We've got Santino Marella versus The Miz in a US title. How far can they bury The Miz?
Yeah.
Daniel, I mean, what's going on, mate? How far? Do you think The Miz is going to get released?
No.
No.
They didn't have this storyline for him.
Yeah. Right, Santino Miz, who do we think? Santino?
Santino.
Or do we think Santino's new bro's going to come down and help him out? Team Cobra.
No, Zack Ryder.
Yeah, there we go. See, straight away comes in. Boom, Zack Ryder. Boom, there we go. I think Santino.
Yeah, I think so.
I've just got it written down here, so I'll just go it. Divas match, or affectionately known in the chat room, and as affectionately known as by Daniel as a...
Piss break.
No, yeah. Before
Nixy, that was Daniel's bit.
Sorry, no one told me that, sorry.
He jumps in, doesn't she?
Sorry, Vendetta. Sorry.
Before...
Mate, do it in your way, mate, because you do it
sorry.
better.
No one told me.
Nixy, hold up, 1, 2, 3, it's a...
Piss break.
Piss break.
Actually, I thought we were all going to say it collectively, so I kind of expected it.
It's not even enough for...
I let Daniel do it because he says it better, and he does with the Divas. This is where piss break comes from. It's Daniel's thing. I think he said that before anyone.
He didn't have time.
Got Nikki Bellend. Nikki Bella. Sorry, I said Nikki Bellend, and I should say Nikki Bella.
By the way,
yes, mate.
The stipulation for Big Show, Big Slow, and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
It will be announced with the spinning wheel at the pre-show.
Oh, you're kidding! Not the spinning
wheel
again.
Oh, that shitty thing.
That means it's going to be a really, really crap PGL match. PG.
Oh yeah, the whole thing is going to be PG shit.
Beth is hurt, but now everybody, fuck PG just said Beth is hurt. It's a storyline. She's not really.
It is.
It's a full storyline, yeah.
It is, but yeah, it is. It's right. One of the best sales I've ever seen. But
now everybody's talking about the Diva situation at the moment. We all know that the Bella Twins' contract finishes on the 30th of April.
Yep.
One word. Karma.
Exactly. Oh, hello, swear.
Daniel, do you think we're going to see Karma Sunday or Monday? Sunday night or Monday night on Raw?
Sunday.
whatever happens, Karma's going to have the title. Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty much.
Or okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello, love. Yeah, I got my wife just popped in. So.
Hello, love.
No.
Sorry, I said that.
Racist bitch. You know what I mean? Now, so the winner of the Divas match, we'll think Nikki will win it because I can't see anything else.
If they've got a wheel, is it possible that they will spin the wheel, get a submission match? She'll get Beth in some kind of ankle lock. Beth will tap out, and then
the wheel's not for the Divas match. The wheel's for Big Show.
Is it possible that they may reuse it for the Divas match though?
Nah. Well, I could do. Good point.
Because I mean, if the wheel's on SmackDown this week, I haven't seen that yet, but I don't mind. So it's possible, isn't it? I mean,
yeah. Pre-show. I mean, right. Winner, Nikki Bella or Beth Phoenix?
Nikki Bella. Because they want Karma to get it clean from
Nikki
someone.
So Daniel, think Nikki as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Nikki Bella or Beth got injured again, and Karma.
Karma comes out as a replacement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah. Right, next match. Randy Orton versus Kane. Falls count anywhere.
I hope it's Kane.
Do we really care? We know Orton. I mean, does anybody notice? But this is just like WrestleMania 28 with two different matches. There's only 3 matches. Sorry, there's 3 different matches on here. Well, no, there's 2 because Santino did verse them at WrestleMania. But you've only got Nikki and Beth.
Acting match.
Cena.
Made by me.
Yeah. I think SWE has said it best. I don't care. Randy Orton and Kane, he's run its course now. Get over with it. Randy Orton, we know if the draft happens, which I don't see any point to it.
Hope not.
So, Orton, Kane, phones count anywhere. Now, it'll say falls count anywhere, but I bet you £1,000,000 it ends in the ring.
Ring.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or with Paul Bearer.
Oh, never
With
thought that. No, Paul Bearer. No.
That would be cool. Oh, I love Paul Bearer. Bless his heart.
Kane! Kane!
I love Paul Bearer. I love Kane. I'm sorry, I am completely Kane biased. See, ideally, a Falls Count Anywhere match would be somewhere like in a being counted in a river or somewhere random like that. Okay. But of course, they won't do that.
Right, next match. So we think we're unanimous in Randy Orton's going to win. Right?
No. Yeah, I think Kane.
Yeah.
Kane.
Alright.
Sorry.
Next match. A 2 out of 3 falls. That means it's going to last 36 seconds. It's Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan. 2 out of 3 falls. You can see this. They're going to go for the fastest 2 out of 3 falls match ever.
Sheamus will win. I hate to say that, but Sheamus will win.
Yeah. Oh well, this is a night of first. This is crazy. This is a night. I mean, Sheamus winning. My God. You can't see past it, can you?
Well,
Sheamus. I'll go Sheamus for that one.
Faster than this match would be the Diva match.
Bro kick after 10 seconds, and then after he's won that, gets up. Daniel Bryan gets distracted. Bro kick after 25 seconds. Bang! That's it. Over and done with. 2-0. Sheamus.
Yeah. Or a Celtic cross.
15-minute match.
It'd be nice. I really want to see a good match with them two, but WWE will screw us over. They'll do it again. The match that I'm looking forward to, the Chicago Street Fight, Jericho versus CM Punk.
CM Punk.
I think Jericho's going to win it. I really do.
Yeah.
I think Jericho to win it this time. I really do.
Because he's the best in the world at what he does. Except.
And what does he do?
Or
dance and sing and wrestles better than anyone.
And host
and host Rock Awards. Yes, I saw it.
No, not that. I was thinking of something else. What was I thinking of? The Downfall. That's it.
Oh, this show. Well, I don't know.
I quite like that actually. Thought it was a cool show.
I think it's got to a stage with. I think we've had I mean, everything we share with CM Punk and Jericho now. The segment on Raw was great. Don't get me wrong. Seeing them two have a go at each other is great. It's good every time. I got a shock this week when we actually saw Alex Riley on Raw.
Oh yeah.
So he's getting released.
And
Alex Riley. There you go. Alex Riley to be released.
Don't think.
So would you rather Jericho or Punk?
Jericho.
Jericho.
I'll say Punk.
I'll say Jericho. I'll go Jericho. Oh yeah, Neil's just come up in the chat room. That was great in the NFL draft yesterday. The crowd kept shouting, "What?" This guy was shouting, "Seattle Seahawks in their first draft pick." What? Everybody says, proudly announced, "What?" And it was amazing. I wish they'd done that through the Steelers, because I'm keeping quiet with my Steelers. Jesus Christ, I've had enough.
The Steelers, clap, can't put that fuck, they steal.
Yeah, well, their bloody Bumblebee shirt that I put on Facebook, I'm heartbroken. I really am. Okay. Big Show versus Cody Rhodes. Stipulation is unknown, and we've just been told by our resident WWE person who has his ears to the ground, Vendetta, that it's going to be a spin of the wheel. Big Show. They can't give it back to Cody Rhodes, surely.
I hope not.
They can. It's WWE.
He's right.
There's
Exactly
point.
right. Yeah, they do twists and turns. They make our jobs look harder. But no, don't give it back to Cody Rhodes. Put him in the main event picture after Sunday. Put him in the main event. Give him a good go against Sheamus. I'd love to see Sheamus against Cody Rhodes. I really would.
Or a good go against Punk.
Yeah, but it just depends on if they have this draft or something. Give him a good push. And the last one, and I think it's the match that everybody's looking forward to. Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. Extreme Rules match.
You piece, in the minute.
I'm not looking forward to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it.
I am, because I want to see if CM Punk is a t-shirt wrestler, or he's going to take his shirt off to reveal his tattoo, or as the pipe bomb guys call it, the penis tattoo. They said he's got a penis on his chest.
Oh, Punk. Oh, sorry. I thought we were talking about Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar, yeah. Brock Lesnar's tattoo. It looks like a penis.
Does it?
Yeah.
Where's that one?
It's on his chest, you can't miss it.
It's a sword.
Yeah. It looks like a penis, though. If you look at it far away, it looks like it. But I just want to see if Brock can go. I mean, we know the problems he had. We know the medical problems Lesnar's had with everything he's had over the last 18 months with the UFC title and everything. And he looks getting a good shape. I mean, the stipulations that if Lesnar wins, it's going to be Monday Night Raw starring Brock Lesnar, and he's going to have his own jet. So, and now John Cena's had his pep talk off of Edge.
And if Lesnar wins, BWR will be BWR Vendetta.
If Lesnar wins, it'll be British Wrestling Radio starring Vendetta. I'll go with that. I'm not doing that. I've done the theme song for you now. I got the theme song you wanted. I'm not doing it again. It took me 2 hours last night. I promised you it would be for tonight. I had to do it properly for you. So who do we reckon, Brock or Cena? Or do we really bother about it?
Brock.
Cena. Are you working at the same place Sunday night as you always do, mate, for the streams?
Yes, WSNlive.com.
Yep. If you want to go and see the stream for a few pounds and you don't want to pay the £15 of the Sky TV, go to WSNlive.com, register, and I think it'll be like for £4 or £5 high definition stream. It doesn't like, and Vendetta's the guys behind it, and then we know another guy that's behind it, and they're really cool kids. Cool. I've got to say kids because I'm in my bleeding 40s. Good people, and they really know the stuff, and it's where I watch
Are freaking kids?
Raw, SmackDown, and Impact when I can. Okay.
Cena will lose.
Cena will lose again. Nah, they're not gonna call Monday Night Raw featuring Brock Lesnar. It's not gonna happen. Cena's not gonna lose. He can't lose 3 big matches in a row.
Yes.
No.
2 big match. Cena wins.
Lost against Lord Tetris. What was the pipe?
Oh, who cares about Albert? Albert.
Right.
It would be quite an upset if Brock were to lose, and it would make it look scripted because there's all people that are our mentality that can see through it, that we know that physically Cena cannot beat Brock. He will annihilate him.
Brock Lesnar will win via cheating.
I don't think he'll cheat.
He could. I just think one punch.
I still
say sorry, mate.
It's an extreme move. You cannot cheat.
Cool. Yeah, good point. You can't. It's an extreme rules. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything goes. I think that. I mean, I'll put Cena to win, but I just think one punch from Lesnar and his face will just blood all over again anyway. So, and I still say that's the best right hand Lesnar threw in the last 8 years. That's the best right hand he threw in even in his UFC days.
And Cena love woman every day of a man.
Right. I noticed something, and it came to me this week, and I don't know if anybody else noticed. I mean, I'm going off Extreme Rules now, but if you're an old school wrestling fan, you need to go back. There's something happened with Daniel Bryan that has only happened once before in WWE history. And that was at WrestleMania 13 with Steve Austin. Daniel Bryan has now been turned into, with all the yes chants and everything, on the same level, in my thinking, as the same was when Steve Austin versed Bret Hart, because everybody saw Steve Austin in a different light, and never started cheering for Austin halfway through and started booing Bret Hart. They've done that now because everybody started to boo Sheamus and they started to cheer Daniel Bryan.
It's not because of Daniel Bryan, it's because Sheamus is always the same old shit. One move, go kick.
But I don't know what the chat room feels about it. I mean, I just think it's a moment that's happened. The Austin Bret match, everybody cheered Bret going in, but they booed him coming out. And Austin, they booed him out of the building going in, but when they came out, they were cheering Austin. It was a crazy night. And that's happened again with Daniel Bryan and Sheamus, and I don't think people have realised what they've got here. I really don't. I think it's happened. It's happened again. Yeah, Sheamus has more finishing moves than Cena has moves. There you go. And Neil just said Austin blacked out and didn't submit. Maybe something similar with Daniel Bryan. Yeah. Yeah. Yes versus what? Crazy. Slavisher. Great one.
Yeah, that's one of the questions this week, actually.
Yes,
right, go on then. I've got what question? Daniel, get ready. We've got questions, mate.
Alright.
What questions have we got?
There's 4. One of them is actually what. One of them was actually asking about yes versus what. Oh yeah, it was Patrick Duffy. Yes, but is yes better than the what chance?
The what chance with a different time in the wrestling world. And
it's very similar though.
Yes, I think yes is a lot better. I do like that. I think it's great because everybody does it now, and they're just gonna. The night after WrestleMania did it.
Yeah.
But I think yes is the new what, definitely.
The what is better because you can personate someone with the what and yes is only yes.
The only thing that turned me against the what chance was it was when Undertaker came to the ring and his promos with Triple H, and he was in the ring on his own, and every time he started talking about himself, there were these dickheads in the crowd going, "What?" And you don't do that to the Undertaker.
No.
You
Yes.
don't.
Yes, but on the theory said the next person who say what is sleep with her daughter. Don't know where, but Hulk Hogan say what.
Oh, yeah, he did. I have to remember that. But I just think the what was good. It is. But yeah, Sheamus is now. I mean, Daniel Bryan is now done it. Neil, that is correct. We've heard truth. We've heard rumors of this. If you don't know, we've heard rumors. I mean, WWE crew were telling fans to stop chanting yes, and they dubbed Raw crazy because Mudgeman, who normally comes in here, he was chatting to me before Raw started, and he says the crowd was going mental chanting yes, and they dubbed it so much on the TV, it was a disgrace. So, and I know for the fact how bad the WWE crew can be at the WWE shows. I know how bad they can be. So I'm keeping stum out of that because if I go, it'll be one of my famous 5-minute rants, and I don't want to do that at this moment in time. Next question.
Next question. What's the worst gimmick you've ever seen from Nathan?
Oh.
There's a few. Kizani, in more recent years. That was a terrible one, I've got to say.
The worst gimmick, Max Moon. The Max Moon gimmick, because that was Conan, and he was in the WWE, and he came in as Max Moon, and he came in and he used to fire flames out of his arm, and these little lasers come out of his arms. It was the worst thing I ever seen. What's the worst gimmick for you, Daniel? Worst gimmick you've seen?
John Cena.
What, the word life gimmick?
No, the whole bloke. I keep saying you're going to see a couple of years down the line there'll be another gimmick battle royal and he'll come out doing his thing.
Have you got any worst gimmicks, Daniel, mate?
Orlando Jordan.
Oh, yeah, TNA one.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, I forgot that. Oh, that was awful. Oh dear. Oh no, I've just remembered something worse than Max Moon. When Goldust was the artist formerly known as Goldust, and he used to come out with the bleeding ball gag in his mouth with Luna Vachon. That was the worst gimmick I've ever seen in my life. That was terrible. So what's your worst gimmick, Nixy?
I don't really know. I mean, someone said Gilbert. I don't think Gilbert was bad at all. He was taking the piss out of WCW at just the right time.
Yeah.
Triple H in his early days, yeah, that was pretty bad actually.
Oh, the blue nose guy.
Yeah, with, you know, the little refined man, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Yeah.
To say it all nicely. He was a very middle class person. I sound very camp. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, Kerwin White. Chavo gimmick from a few years ago. The Kerwin White gimmick when Chavo did that guy when I think it was when Eddie Guerrero died. He was doing a gimmick called Kerwin White. Yeah. I remember that. That was pathetic. He used to come out with a golf club and they used to have a guy carrying his golf clubs and everything. It was shit. It was awful. Kerwin White, yeah. That was crazy. Anyway, next question. Have we got 2 left, haven't we? Oh, Mean Street Posse. Yeah.
Oh, the Posse were fun. Come on, the Posse were a good laugh.
When the Bulldog was with the Posse, no. That was shit.
Right now, with Unico.
I've got one. And Neil's just give me the idea. The worst gimmick. Nicky! Mikey! Kenny!
Oh,
We are the Spirit Squad!
Jimmy!
oh yes. Oh, do you know what? That is my cheer up video. That you go on YouTube, you look up there, Titantron. It's the best thing ever. I just laugh at that.
Nixy, have you heard Daniel's music when he does I Am Nicky? And he mixes Dolph Ziggler with the Nicky chant.
Nicky from the Squad.
Yeah, because that was Dolph Ziggler was.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you heard Daniel's music on
No,
it?
I have.
Have you heard him do it?
No.
Oh, it's great because he mixes Dolph Ziggler going, I am perfection. And just as he says, I am, he mixes it with the word, Nicky! brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, Spirit Squad, the worst gimmick by a mile. Oh dear, right. Any more questions we got?
Oh! Sorry, Boogeyman. Just thought Boogeyman, that was a terrible gimmick.
Slavisher, you deserve to get a kick in the head for saying the Bulldog, you piece of shit. Worst gimmick. I'll knock your teeth down your throat, fucker. I'm only joking, mate. But everybody's entitled to their opinion, but don't diss the Bulldog in here, boy. Don't diss him. No.
There's a third one that Asa did about UFC.
Go on then, what's the UFC?
It's a really, really long one.
Would we expect anything else from Asa?
Yeah, I don't quite know where to start with it though.
Might be somewhere.
Where is Asa? Yeah. Go and find him.
Next member of the famous five. Yeah. What's the question? If you can shorten it, or
what do you guys think about the Reem Alistair Overeem from UFC with him failing a drug test and being out of UFC 146 card for the championship? Is Frank Mir a good replacement, and do you think he might beat Junior Dos Santos for the World Heavyweight Championship of the world? Your thoughts on this?
Alistair Overeem deserves everything he gets. He was in prime position because he beat Lesnar. He was a top dog in UFC, and I think that he deserved a shot at the title. But if he fails a drugs test, he knew what he was doing. Absolute piece of shit. I just think that Frank Mir won't beat him, because Frank Mir is one of these guys that he gets in good shape and he talks a good match, but when it comes to the big matches, he lets himself down, and I don't think he'll do it against Junior Don Santos, whatever his name is. I don't think so. But there you go. That's my answer.
Yeah.
Daniel, do you think about UFC? Do you watch it, mate? No, don't care. There we go. I love that. I love it when he does that. I love it. Slavisher is Easter. You shit out. I'll kill you. I am Nicky.
I am Nicky.
Johnny! Eddie!
Right.
I am Nicky. So take your best shot, give it all you got, bring it on. I am Nicky.
He played that, and this is true, and I don't care if he's sat here now and he's listening. When he played that, I literally cried. I just went, absolute genius. There's nobody to touch it. Everybody in the chat room at that night was hilarious. It was top notch. Nobody does music and pictures better than this guy in this room, and I mean that. He's an absolute he's an absolute genius, and I mean that, and I mean that with my heart and my soul. Dino, you crying? What? You crying? Yeah, I'm not crying. No way. Have we got any more questions, or is that it?
That is it.
Yay, that is. Has anybody got any? We've had no phone calls. I can't believe.
Aww.
I pay for the phone calls. I pay for these phone calls to come on. 01223 911 822. Last 5 minutes before we go, because we've got to go, because it's not fair on Daniel. It's Friday night, and he deserves to go out and party.
And fist bump.
And fist pump and do whatever he wants to do in his life. So if you need to ring us up, do it in the next couple of minutes, please. 01223 911 822. And hoping everybody has a great weekend at the time.
Yeah, great. $1,000 of in Jaguar in reparation.
Yeah. Oh yes, I've got a serious note. Sorry to. I'm not going to end on a serious note. I had to remove a couple of people this week. I received some messages that were really, really, really below the belt, and it had to do with my situation from the last couple of weeks. And I really thought that they deserved to be kicked into the middle of a place where nobody deserves to live. And so they've been banned. So we are starting to get rid of the people that are causing us trouble. If you're going to talk about the staff of British Wrestling in a bad way, then please, please, please keep it to yourself. Oh, hello. Hold on. We've got a phone call.
Hey.
Good evening. You're through to British Wrestling Radio.
Yeah, it's 586.
All right. Hiya, mate. You all right?
You alright? Yeah, I'm good. I just wanted to get your views on the TNA tournament. I forget the Open Fight Night.
Oh,
I was
right.
wondering-
I mean, I saw bits of it on YouTube this morning, and it looks like it's a good thing to do, but I think it's the first nail in the coffin for Hulk Hogan. I think this will be it now. I think this is it. I mean, they're doing everything they can to boost the ratings and everything, but they're saying the Open Fight Night and stuff. I thought it would be a concept like where anybody could come out and challenge anybody. But I don't want to spoil it. I really don't want to spoil it for people for this weekend.
I haven't seen it yet either.
But what do you reckon to it? Or what are you doing to it, mate?
Well, one wrestler I'd like to see is Davey Richards.
I'm going to see this guy in August. I can't wait. The real thing about it for me is they say it's got to be a wrestler that's not signed to another company. It's got to be a free agent. So you've got people like Chris Masters, you've got Carlito, you've got D.H. Smith, you've got Chavo, you've got John Morrison. You've got all these people that's not got contracts at the moment. And plus, WWE are doing their releases this week or next week.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was thinking.
I just think it's just a good concept. Just it's got to be done right for me.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking maybe Tyler Rex.
Yeah, but he's still with WWE, isn't he?
Yeah, how long for though?
Yeah, good one. Daniel,
I mean, they've just had that firing thing anyway, so.
Daniel, mate, have you got any ideas on this Open Fight Night thing?
Open Fight Night? Well,
yeah, the TNA Open Fight Night on Impact this week. Have you got any ideas about it?
I said that the wrestler from Quebec will challenge a wrestler from Impact Wrestling.
Okay, yeah, the guy from Quebec. So yeah, I think I just wanted to take a concept.
Like the TV title will be underlined every night.
Yeah. I hope it really is good. I hope they're really coming in with something new. It looks like TNA is going through big changes at the moment. So I reckon it'll be a great one. So how are you anyway these days? I heard you've been in hospital, mate. Is that true?
Yeah, I've had a few problems like 2010.
Yeah. So hey, thank you very much for ringing, mate. It's very much appreciated.
Yeah, I've been wanting to for a long time, so.
Okay, it's great to hear your voice. It's great to put a voice to the name. Alton fan, mate. Alton fan from the chat room. Thanks very much, mate, for ringing. Thank you very much, mate.
Bye, mate.
Bye, mate. Bye.
Bye.
Ah, not bad. So there we go. It makes it all worthwhile eventually. Right, one more ring. Not Ring Da King. What is it then? Is it Ring Ka King or something, or Ring
Car or something like that.
ding? It's the crazy frog, isn't it? It's ding 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 ding. Which is fuck PG's come out with good one.